Welcome to the video, and as you just saw in that little intro there, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2, one of the best games ever made in my opinion. This is the game that we'll be looking at today, the tactical shooter that was ahead of its time. And this was of course created by Ubisoft and Ubisoft Montreal. So shout out to the old Ubisoft team who worked on this, because you did a damn good job. So let's get straight into this and start looking at the game. And we're mainly going to be looking at Terrorist Hunt for this video. If you'd like to see more about the story mode for this game, of course I will go over that in another video. Now let's get into the actual gameplay of the game first. I think that's where we should start first. So there is first person. You can actually aim into your, red dot sight, for example, or if you have a sniper, you can aim into the sniper scope and shoot your enemies like that. Now I'm going to be honest about it though, it doesn't feel the most amazing. It doesn't really feel like a lot of the weapons have power and all in the first person mode. Back in the day when I did play this game on the Xbox 360, however, I do remember the, first person feeling rather damn good. It didn't feel bad, and I think it's because I was playing this on Steam with a mouse and keyboard. Now, don't worry, I did try to get an Xbox controller to work, but sadly, I think it's just the game, it just won't allow it anymore for some reason. I did try, a few things, but sadly it just doesn't work anymore, so you will have to play this game on the keyboard and mouse, which means the first person, it just doesn't feel as good. Let me know in the comments below though if you think it feels good. But if you go into third person, which is when you take cover, so there's a cover system in this game where you can go up against, a wall, for example, and you can take cover from there. You can shoot your enemies and so forth from this cover as well. Now, this is the coolest part of the game. You can basically blind fire, which you just, randomly shoot your gun around the corner. You can go around the corner to throw explosives or shoot enemies as well. This is where all of the fun happened. I thought it was the coolest thing, like just the most fun that I've ever had, when you would go into third person and just see an enemy come and shoot them that way. And it feels very responsive even on the mouse and keyboard. The third person in this game was ahead of its time. I tell you that right now, ahead of its time. Now, the objective of Terrorist Hunt, in case you're wondering if you haven't played this game, because I do know some of you watching probably have played the game, but some of you might have not played it. Terrorist Hunt is very simple. You choose a map, you go into the map, and then you of course shoot all of the terrorists. You hunt them down. Now once that drops to 0, you have defeated the map. But let me tell you something now. This game, even though it came out in 2008, alright, crazy I know, this game still stands up to today, and I'm serious about that. I even noticed while I was playing this game, whenever you shoot the enemies and the blood, would go onto the wall, for example, or they would ragdoll down, I totally forgot that this was in the game, and I remember now, back then when I saw that, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It was so immersive. When you shoot them, blood goes on the back of the wall, and then on top of that, they ragdoll down. Now, eventually they did disappear, of course, but they would hang around for a little bit and then vanish. But I just thought it was super immersive, especially for a tactical shooter back in 2008. It was just really, really cool, and it was just so much bloody fun. Now, I should mention this, there are some, bugs and so forth that occasionally might happen, and I noticed this head wobble happens quite a bit. Look at this. So I have to mention the combination of the first-person view with the wee, aiming down the sights there, and of course, the third person combined together is brilliant. It is well done, it is well thought out, and it plays brilliantly. Now, the first person, as I said, does feel a bit odd, but once you do get used to it, and you go God mode, it's just amazing. You feel really, really good. Now, you can tackle each level tactically, which I do highly recommend, especially on the hardest difficulty, realistic, but if you don't want to, and you just want to run around like a god, then yeah, it's definitely worth trying. But be prepared. you'll probably most likely die. But that's when it feels good. When you don't die and you actually pull it off, it feels absolutely brilliant, and it was definitely a fantastic game made by Ubisoft. Now, it is a bit zoomed in, the POV. Now, don't worry about that, because at the end of the day, I never really noticed it. I don't know, I just didn't really notice it. Maybe it's because I put so much time into this game back in the day that my eyes just adjusted to it, but I definitely know if you're to play this for your first time and you never played it before, it might be a little, zoomed in for you in the POV, the old FOV. Might be a little too zoomed in, but give it a try if you haven't got this game, because it's definitely worth your time, and it's really damn fun. Now, sadly, Terrorist Hunt and all of the multiplayer on this game no longer is supported. I wasn't able to connect any games or join my friends. If any of you know how to do that, let me know in the comments below. Maybe there's a mod or just something. Maybe there's a forum I can join that, there's still players playing the game or something, because that was one of the most just insanely fun things this game had. Being able to play co-op story, for example, and co-op Terrorist Hunt was bloody fun, and the multiplayer games was a lot of fun as well. I should also mention the actual map selection for Terrorist Hunt, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget. But the Terrorist Hunt maps, there's 15 in total to play, and I actually forgot that there was this many. I, for some reason, thought there was like 8 or 7 of them. But once I went on to each one, I remembered them instantly, and that's how you know you've made a good game and a good map. I just remember all of them. They were wonderful to play, and it was just so much fun clearing them as well. And each map has its own tactical, challenges to it. It's not a simple run out and shoot everything in sight and that's it. You do need to play this tactical shooter with some, intelligence, with some smartness, with some strategy, some would say. Let's get back to when this game came out. It came out in 2008. It came out on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Now, let me know too, which console did you play it on yourself? I was on the Xbox 360, and I had a blast of a time on this game, and I remember the PvP in this game was truly insane. It took skill, alright? It took a lot of skill. Now, Terrorist Hunt still stands up, and this is what I want to talk about, the difficulty. The difficulty of the game is actually really, really hard. I was playing this on medium difficulty, and I was getting wrecked. Like, if you underestimate your, enemies here, if you run around like a madman, you're gonna die. It's just how it happens. It'd be like me running out in a war zone, as I did in this, and getting shot in the head. Now, there were some other moments, though, where you're playing super tactically, you're doing your best to survive, and then you just get shot. That does happen a lot in this game, and it's really intense, and I think it's really good as well. And I think that's what made Terrorist Hunt so damn fun. You would lose on medium difficulty. Now imagine the hardest difficulty. If it's that much of a challenge, damn. That's why it took us months to beat this damn thing. Now, of course, as you play, you will level up your weapons and challenges and so forth. You'll unlock more outfits, for example. You'll unlock more armor. You'll even unlock more weapons as you gradually level up in this game. Now, as you progress through the levels of this game, by the way, you might think, this will make it 100 times easier. Get that out of your head. The game, even with some of the best armor in the game and more, interesting weapons that you might enjoy more, playstyle wise, it's not going to make it a lot easier. It's still going to be damn hard. I was dying on, the medium difficulty, alright? Imagine playing this on the hardest difficulty. You are going to get wrecked. If you buy this game right now, by the way, and you jump into Terrorist Hunt, put it on the hardest difficulty, and watch how you get absolutely destroyed. It is insane. Now, the medium difficulty is a lot more easier, of course. It's a lot more, I think it teaches you the basics of the game, the cover system, and you're still going to have quite the challenge. You're going to die a lot because, it's just how the game is, and that's why this game is so damn good. It's not easy, and I think we've lost the plot in a lot of newer games. It's just too easy. Games like shooters, we need difficult things like this. We can't be going through life on easy mode when it comes to gaming. I'm sorry, it's just boring. It's bloody boring, and I'm sick of it. And that's why I've come back to play this 16-year-old game, to see if it's still stuck up to the times now. And I'll be honest, it really does. And it's better than most games I've been playing recently, which is really sad. Like, what's happened to the gaming industry? Hopefully, in the times to come, we get more shooters like this with a bit of challenge. So I'm really, fingers crossed, hoping we get something like this remastered, or we get a whole new game where they can add something like Terrorist Hunt back into it. It'd be great. Imagine a new Tom Clancy game with a new version of Terrorist Hunt. It'd be bloody fantastic, I tell you. Oh, I would instantly buy it. Anyways, I thought I'd make this video because I really wanted to talk about this game and just talk about how good it is. And I thought I would end this video a little differently from some of my other ones. And I thought I would read out the description on Steam for this game. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2, the sequel to the award-winning next-generation first-person shooter, returns to Sin City. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is your last chance to rescue America's sexiest city from an escalating terrorist siege that will force you into heart-pounding action from beginning. Let me tell you something, there is a lot of heart-pounding action in this game, and if that's what you're looking for, then please do pick it up. But understand, it's only solo at the moment, unless of course there is a mod to get it multiplayer. Let me know in the comments below if there is. And yeah, I'm gonna go play some more Vegas 2 because, my god, this game is fun. Bye bye everyone.